Carlos Yulo, our two-time Olympic gold medalist, has once again made the nation proud. However, instead of basking in the glory of his achievements, the spotlight has shifted to a controversy, largely fueled by social media posts from his mother, Angelica Yulo. It's difficult to say exactly how things spiraled into such a public spectacle, but it's clear this situation has escalated far beyond what anyone could have anticipated.
Yung tungkol sa pera nga na ninakaw ko, nilustay, winaldas sa luho ko na hindi ko makita sa sarili ko kung nasaan. So yun yung sinabi ko sa kanila na walang halong katotohanan lahat. So kung sa ni Kaloy sa perception niya meron, sabi ko nga sa kanya willing akong maglabas ng mga evidences, ng mga deposit slips na meron ako ngayon na hawak and mga resibo na hawak.
Unfortunately, when family matters are aired on social media, especially by someone as close as a parent, it rarely ends well. Carlos and his mother shared their sides of the story, and Angelica even went as far as holding a press conference. This is where things took a more serious turn. For over a year, Angelica has been posting on Facebook, seemingly taking jabs at her own son. Despite Carlos's remarkable achievements in 2023, not a single congratulatory post can be found on her profile, although her other two children, also gymnasts, are regularly celebrated. This alone suggests that the rift between them has been festering for quite some time. The situation became even more alarming when, on August 1st, Angelica publicly cheered for Japan after their athlete defeated Carlos in the all-around. This understandably raised eyebrows. Following that, Carlos won 2 Olympic gold medals, yet his mother remained silent in her praise. Instead, she reached out to the media to discuss issues related to money, seemingly shifting the blame onto Carlos's girlfriend as the cause of their strained relationship.
Siya lang naman talaga, no? Ever since is yung babae talaga. Kasi, yes, lalong lumaki.
In response, Carlos' girlfriend posted on Facebook, indicating that they would address the mother's statements. So let's break down what seems to be at the heart of this issue. Carlos has been earning cash incentives from his competition wins, along with an allowance as a national athlete. When he was still a minor, his mother opened a bank account for him, where his earnings were directly deposited. His mother had complete control over his accounts, including access to his bank, allowing her to withdraw money whenever she pleased.
Bukod sa incentives po, nasa kanya din kasi yung bank account ko sa monthly allowances sa pag-gymnastics ko. And nung nakuha ko na yung bank account ko po na yun, doon ko po nalaman na inuubos niya po yung laman nun. And nasa akin po yung mga bank statement ng withdrawal po na ginagawa niya po.
May mga may mga pumasok sa land bank niya na yun yung hawak ko na ATM na pwede kong ma-withdraw. Na ayun naman yung ginamit namin, ginamit ko na ipang fully paid dun sa bahay na na-acquire ko 2016 sa Cavite. So kaya hindi nakapangalan sa kanya yun. Sa akin nakapangalan kasi kaming dalawang mag-asawa ang nag-acquire 2016 since during that time wala pa naman siyang big amount of money. So yun. Tapos nung sabi ko fully paid na kasi sayang yung nung chinek ko kasi yung magkano pa lang yung nababayad ko sa monthly, no? Parang ang laki nung interest. So fully paid ko siya. So kinuha ko siya dun sa sa land bank account niya. So
pero kanino pong pera yung nasa land bank?
Sa kanya yon na pera.
Yun yung ginamit
yun yung ginamit kong pang fully paid, ginamit kong pang renovation. Kinumpleto ko ng gamit yung bahay namin sa Cavite kasi nga nilook forward din namin na makita niya yung bahay na pinagawa doon.
Mami, alam po niya na kinuha niya yung pera doon sa land bank, pangbayad doon sa bahay na sinasabi niyo.
Nasabi ng anak ko sa kanya na, kasi nung parang time na nangihiram yung eldest ko sa kanya, sabi niya ganon, kay mama may pera. Sabi ng anak ko, magpo-fully paid kasi si mama ng bahay na sa Cavite.
At umuo po siya. So,
Sige, let's say, kahit hindi siya umuo. Diba? Kahit sabihin na natin na hindi siya umuo, ang sa akin lang din kasi dito is, hindi ko nilusta yung pera niya. Hindi ko ninakaw yung pera niya. Ayan, pwede niyang ibenta kung gusto niya. Ibalik lang niya yung dinaw namin doon, tsaka yung dinayad namin doon since 2016 up to 2019.
Carlos claims that his mother withdrew substantial amounts of money without his consent or knowledge.
Kasi ang sabi niya, alam ko na. So, paano mo malalaman hindi mo tinignan yung mga resibo na nandito? 'Di ba? Alam mo na, alam mo lang na maraming withdrawal sa land bank, pero hindi mo alam kung saan dinala yung pera. Yun yung point doon. Hindi mo kasi tinignan. Naka-itemize lahat yun doon. Tapos, parang, kailan ko ba naalala tong resibo na to, no, na nagkakahalaga rin to ng mga nasa almost kulang 700,000, parang nung isang araw kulang na doon lahat yun pumasok sa niya.
He mentioned a specific instance where a large sum was deposited after a competition only to be withdrawn and spent by his mother without his knowledge. Additionally, Carlos claims that his mother lied about exactly how much it was. This pattern of behavior led to a point where his savings were nearly depleted, prompting Carlos to take legal steps to regain control of his account.
May mga gusto lang po akong i-clarify doon sa mga interviews at mga sagot ng nanay ko po sa mga interviews niya po. Una-una po yung 70K na incentives po na sinasabi niya po. At hindi lang po 70K yung na-receive ko po doon. Alam ko, 6 digits po yun. Dahil dalawa po yung nakuha kong medalya. After nun, mga bandang December, umuwi ako sa Pilipinas. Nakikita kami ng mama ko. At hindi niya sa akin sinasabi na na-receive niya na pala yung incentives ko from World Championships. Hindi ko pa po malalaman na na-receive niya na po yung incentives ko kung hindi ko pa po hinanap. Never ko na po na-receive yung incentives ko po na yun. At never ko na rin naman po na hiningi yun sa kanila. Binigay ko na at wala na po yun sa akin. Ang sa akin lang naman, gusto ko malaman kung saan napunta yung incentives ko po na yun.
His mother, on the other hand, claims that Carlos withdrew a total of 11 million pesos, or about $200,000, without informing her. However, this claim doesn't hold up because Carlos has every right to access and manage his savings as he sees fit.
Buong-buo niyang nakuha yung pera niya na 11 million pesos na kahit hindi niya hawak yung passbook niya, nakuha niya. Kumuha lang siya ng affidavit of loss, got it notarized, then pinasa niya sa BDO. So, pwede naman yun kasi sa kanya lang naman nakapangalan yun. Hindi naman kami joint account. So, freely niya na makukuha yung pera niya. Kaya buong-buo niyang nakuha yan. Ay, actually hindi. Kasi nung chinek ko pala siya dun sa, may friend kasi ako na teller, no? Parang may 10,000 na maintaining balance na natira dun sa passbook niya.
Beyond the financial issues, Carlos says his mother expressed disapproval of his girlfriend, even before meeting her, allegedly based on her appearance. Carlos's girlfriend, who grew up in Australia, comes from a more liberal background compared to the conservative Philippines.
At yung about sa red flag daw po si Chloe na sinabi ng mama ko, hinusgahan niya po agad si Chloe sa pananamit at sa pag-akto po niya. Magkaiba po ng kinalakihan. Unang-una, lumaki si Chloe sa Australia at ayun yung nakagisnay niyang culture. At ibang-iba po talaga sa Pilipinas kung paano tayo gumalaw, magsalita o manamit po. At yung about po sa yung mauubos po yung anak ko, nasabi po ng mama ko. Unang-una po si Chloe po may sarili po siyang income. Lahat po ng nakikita niyong gamit o yung pag-travel niya kung saan-saan po. Galing po yun sa pinagpaguran niya po.
Carlos also shared in a TikTok video that both families had met and spent a few days together on a trip to Baguio. Unfortunately, this seemed to worsen the situation. Carlos's family wanted to spend more time with him in his hotel room. However, he preferred to have privacy with his girlfriend. And to his mom's eyes, this was his girlfriend trying to isolate him, which Carlos denied and asserts that his girlfriend, Chloe, was even the one pushing him to spend time with his family.
Then nung nagkita kami rito, tapos parang feeling ko, nilalayo niya sa amin si Kaloy na, oo, alam ko gusto niyang makasama si Kaloy. Gusto rin siyang makasama ni Kaloy. Pero syempre kasi, pamilya kami, kumbaga parang matagal din namin siyang hindi nakasama because of pandemic, di ba? Ilang ano yon. So syempre, kung siya, gusto rin siyang makasama ng girl, how much more kami na pamilya niya na gusto rin siyang makasama.
Sabi niya pa na feeling niya daw nilalayo ako ni Chloe sa kanila. Unang-una po yun, months before nun, kasi uuwi ako parang 3 days yun. Sinabihan ko na sila na mag-i-spend time ako kay Chloe. Nagpunta kami sa Baguio. Sinama ko si Chloe, nag-spend time kami. Nakikipaghalubilo naman po kami, hindi naman ako nilalayo ni Chloe. Actually, pumunta pa kami sa Pangasinan. Like, po kami doon, parang meet and greet.
Yeah.
Tapos after nun, nagpunta tayo ng Baguio. And then, ikaw pa nga nag-aya na yung sa bike. Yeah,
Because we didn't
tayo.
know what to do.
Yeah.
After nung kumain, because they were like, oh, what do we do? I was like, oh, let's go sa Burnham Park.
Yeah.
So that we can take the little kids to go biking.
Yeah.
While there are more details to their individual claims, we won't dissect them here. If you want to see the full clips of their statements, we'll add the links in the description box below. Now, here's our perspective. It appears that both women in Carlos's life have something at stake. Some people speculate that his girlfriend entered the relationship for financial gain, given Carlos's status as a prominent athlete. However, we disagree, as she was already a well-known YouTuber and social media personality before her relationship with Carlos. Did she initially connect with him for clout? Perhaps. But the fact that they are still together after 4 years speaks to the authenticity of their relationship. Let's not forget that Carlos's insane winnings only started gaining significant attention thanks to his Olympic gold medals. And it's arguable that Chloe was making more money through her social media presence before his Olympic success. As for Carlos's mother, we believe that her support for him was genuine in the beginning. The family has been open about their struggles before Carlos became a well-known gymnast. However, as Carlos began to gain more recognition and the money started flowing in, it seemed that the focus shifted. Please do recognize that this is merely our opinion and does not necessarily reflect the reality of the situation. Our take is that once Carlos's mother saw the potential financial benefits, the money became a bigger priority than recognizing that it was her son's hard-earned earnings. It's one thing to manage money you've worked for, but another to control funds you didn't earn, as it often leads to a disconnect from the effort required to obtain it. It's important to address the issue of ethics here. Just because Carlos gave his mother access to his account doesn't mean the money belonged to her. Carlos's main concern was knowing how his money was being spent and being informed whenever withdrawals were made. Furthermore, Carlos's mother's statements were contradictory. Initially, she denied withdrawing money without Carlos's knowledge, but in the same breath, admitted to taking small amounts, claiming they wouldn't affect his savings.
Wala kaming ninakaw, wala kaming ginalaw na pera niya. Siguro meron portion na hindi man lang sabihin mong aaray yung bulsa niya.
That's missing the point. As Carlos rightly put it, it's not about the amount, but about the respect and communication involved.
Yung principle po kasi dito wala po sa liit o laki ng amount po na incentives po na ginalaw niya, kundi po sa pagtago at paggalaw niya nang wala ko pong consent, yung pinapoint ko po sa kanya.
To those who believe that mothers should be respected no matter what, because, quote, we only have one mother in this lifetime, it's worth reconsidering that stance. Children have the right to speak out when their parents are in the wrong. Being a parent doesn't give you a free pass to mistreat or abuse your children's kindness without consequences. The saying, honor your mother and father, doesn't apply if the behavior doesn't warrant it. If we remove the familial connection and view the situation objectively, most would agree that taking someone's money without consent is wrong, regardless of the relationship. It's also unfair to compare Carlos's situation with how Manny Pacquiao treats his mother. Manny's mother didn't withdraw money without his consent. And Carlos's girlfriend, Chloe, isn't entirely blameless either. The video Carlos posted might have been better received if she hadn't been seen in the background, laughing at certain points. It wasn't a good look, and it gave the impression that she was rubbing it in the mother's face that Carlos was on her side. Given that the issue was mainly between Carlos and his mother, it might have been wiser for her to stay out of the public response. While we can't say for certain whether Carlos was influenced by his girlfriend to make the video, his generally quiet demeanor suggests he might have probably chosen to stay quiet and private about the matter. Additionally, Carlos had hoped that the involvement of social media would end after his video.
Tigilan na po natin to at i-celebrate na lang po natin yung mga ginawa po ng paghihirap, pagsasakripisyo ng bawat atletang Pilipino dito sa Olympics.
However, his girlfriend continues to share quotes on her profile that seem to take jabs at his mother. As for the press conference and the letter allegedly written by Carlos's mother, it all felt staged. The fact that a lawyer was involved, despite this not being a criminal case or a problem that warrants legal counsel, only added to the spectacle. If the goal was to let the situation die down, a press conference was the last thing that should have been done. Reaching out to her son directly would have been far more effective. The emotional display, complete with hugging her daughter while crying, felt over the top and unnecessary. It's disheartening to see how this has turned into a circus, and it's unfortunate that the lawyer chose to take advantage of the situation for his own benefit. Carlos is caught between two women who are pulling him in different directions, each believing they are in the right. At the end of the day, Carlos is his own person, and if he chooses to stand by his partner, that's his decision to make. There's nothing wrong with standing up for the person you love. It's commendable, in fact. We just wish that the two parties, especially his mother, hadn't taken to social media, overshadowing the good Carlos has done for the Philippines. It seems counterproductive and appears to be an attempt to tarnish his reputation, not expecting him to win 2 gold medals in the process. And look, every situation is unique, and people shouldn't jump to conclusions or dictate how Carlos should have handled his relationship with his mother. None of us know the full extent of their issues. Just because a parent believes they know best doesn't mean it's true. Shouldn't Carlos's mother trust that he's capable of making his own decisions? If he wants to spend his money on his girlfriend, that's his choice. If things don't work out and he ends up regretting it, that's a lesson for him to learn. The role of a parent is to guide and advise, not to control. It's hard not to see that Carlos's mother's concern about Carlos's savings might be tied to how the family benefits from it. Parents aren't always right, and there are countless examples to prove this. For instance, consider this recent news.
Isang ina na ibinubugaw di umano ang kanyang 6 na menor de edad na anak online. Kabilang na ang kanyang 2 buwang gulang na bunso.
Moreover, parents don't have the right to touch their children's money simply because they're the parents. Children didn't choose to be born or to have you as their parents. You made that choice. The money you spend on your children is your responsibility, not a debt they owe you. Your children aren't your retirement plan, and their possessions don't automatically belong to you. The mother needs to understand that once her son is old enough to choose a life partner, his priorities will naturally shift. This doesn't mean there's a competition for his attention, or look at the girlfriend as a threat. Instead, it would have been nice for Carlos if his mother supported his happiness. If it turns out that this relationship isn't his forever, it will be a valuable life experience for him. The most important thing is to let him find his own path and respect your child's decisions. To wrap this up, we all want parents who support us unconditionally, whether we succeed or fail. The best feeling is being able to give to your parents out of love without them demanding or expecting it. We also hope for partners who will stand up for us and protect us, and in that sense, Carlos has our respect for standing up for his girlfriend. We all want a partner who will make a good impression on our family, especially our parents. Not everyone will end up being liked by their partner's family. That's just life. But at the very least, our partners should avoid adding fuel to the fire. Ideally, they should be the voice of reason, encouraging us to maintain good relationships with our families. This situation also shows how money brings out people's true colors. And sadly for Carlos, the world is witnessing this unfold in a very public way. What's even more unfortunate is that his mother's actions seem driven by pride, turning what should have been a private family matter into a media spectacle. Ultimately, the way this drama has played out serves as a reminder that family issues, when aired publicly, rarely end well and often detract from the true achievements and positive aspects of one's life. Families need to address their conflicts privately and with respect, rather than letting personal grievances become a public spectacle. We hope that moving forward, Carlos and his family can find a resolution that mends their relationship and allows him to concentrate on his remarkable career. If reconciliation proves impossible at this time, we hope everyone takes away a crucial lesson about the perils of letting money become a source of family conflict, and the risks of using social media to air grievances against loved ones. Anyway, still a massive congratulations to Carlos for his incredible achievements. And considering his age, this will most likely not be the end of his Olympic run. Hopefully, next time, we'll all talk about his career instead of his family issues.